The Oklahoma City Thunder have a huge decision that has to be made regarding Usman Jang and what they're going to do with him, as they had a load of talented prospects that they took in this year's 2024 NBA draft. You have Nikola Topic, AJ Mitchell, and Dylan Jones as well, along with some guys in the G League as well, like Adam Flagler, that have been playing very well in Summer League and in the G League. So it's time to question whether Ousmane Dieng has a spot on this roster now with all the additions that have been made in the offseason, in the draft, along with some players that have been developing better than we thought they would. J. Will is an example of that, a guy that coming in, a lot of people didn't really have high hopes for, and in 2 years, he's become a key part of this Thunder squad as one of the main go-to guys off the bench, coming in for that big man spot. And he's just played better than Jang in the NBA at that level so far. So we're going to talk about it today, as I did see an article that said that the Thunder should move on from him, and talk about if I agree with that take at all. But before we get all that, though, just a quick moment, and just want to throw this out there. We do have the Discord channel, okay? I want to see more of you guys in there. I want to be able to talk with you guys, chat about some videos that have been uploaded before, trade rumors that are going around the league, moves that the Thunder have to be made, especially with the season coming up, reactions about the game, what the Thunder should do during the season, all that good stuff. So it would mean the world to me if you guys can just go ahead, join that Discord channel. Link to it will be in the video description, and it's also in the channel bio as well. So if you guys are interested in joining that, it'd mean the world to me if you could. So just go ahead, do that for me. With that out of the way, we can go ahead and get into the video at hand today and this topic that we're going to talk about regarding Ousmane Dieng, who is a guy we've talked about on the channel quite a bit. There's, probably at least 10 videos regarding Us, all right? At least. And it's just a guy who, just being honest, he came into the league with loads of talent, loads of athletic ability, and it just hasn't ever really worked out for him at the professional level. He's had glimpses where he's shown that off, but he hasn't been consistent with it. That's been the problem with Ousmane Dieng this entire time. He hasn't been consistent. With some of the guys we've taken in the draft that can do what he's supposed to offer at the same level that he is right now, an example of this is Dylan Jones. He doesn't have the size. He's 4 or 5 inches shorter than Us. However, he rebounds, in my opinion, a little bit better, and he actually attacks the rim, and he does it well. Compared to Us, he likes to play as a 6'3" guard at times, and that's not what the Thunder need out of him. They need someone who is going to be this kind of, go-to guy off the bench for, all-around stuff, and he hasn't been doing that at all. Just with his size, it would be great if he could. He just hasn't been doing it. That's been the problem. And the article I found talked about it very well. And this is what they had to say about it. This is from Thunderous Intentions, written by Tyler Watts over there. And it's going over the whole how they got Ousmane Dieng and what he's done so far. And this is what he had to say. The Thunder traded multiple first-round selections to get 11th overall from the Knicks in 2022, where they chose Dieng. The 6'10 forward has an intriguing skill set and a massive ceiling, but has done little to impress in his 2 seasons in Oklahoma City. Dieng averages just 4.5 points a game, 2.2 rebounds and 1.2 assists, and 13 minutes per game for his NBA career. He has appeared mostly in the G League, but has not dominated at the lower level. He produced 8% win shares per 48 minutes during the 2023-2024 regular season, which is significantly below the league average of 10%. So as you can see there, just from that alone, he's not doing much to help out the team when he's playing like he has been. And he kind of goes into it deeper as well in the second part of the article, what we're going to get into here, how he's not consistent. He's been inconsistent this whole time he's gotten any chance at the NBA level. Even in the G League, he hasn't been consistent. He's had great moments. Yes, I'm not taking that away from him. He can be a great player at the pro level. He can be a key, third option for a team. He can be third or fourth option. The problem is he hasn't consistently put that level of play together. And the Oklahoma City Thunder, I don't think they're willing to wait on him much longer to develop into this piece that can be a great part for their long-term success, because he hasn't shown any glimpses of that at all for consistency, because that's what the Oklahoma City Thunder have built their team off of so far, offensive and defensive consistency. You're going to see us consistently, I keep on saying that word a lot, but we're efficient from behind the three-point line, in the field as well, mid-range, all that good stuff. we're efficient scoring-wise. Defensively, we consistently have a game plan. We're going to be pests beyond the perimeter. We're going to try to force you into turnovers. So we have now built in some decent rim protection down low with Isaiah Hartenstein and Chet Holmgren. Then hopefully we get another big guy to come off the bench for us, because I think Jalen Williams, even though he does do a good job, I don't think it's enough at times because he is a little bit undersized height-wise, not weight-wise. He has the bulk and muscle to compete. Height-wise, it gets difficult to compete against 7'2" guys when you are 6'9". He takes charge as well. He doesn't contest shots all that well, though, just because of his height difference. And it would be nice to trade for someone. I think Usman Jang could be that piece. And in the second part of the article, like I mentioned earlier, it talks about the inconsistency. All right? It talks about it. And everything that we did in the offseason, kind of making a point where he won't have a spot on the squad anymore. Jang has an inconsistent jumper and produced a mixed bag of playmaking. The 21-year-old still has immense potential, but he is not close to joining the Thunder's rotation. The addition of Isaiah Hartenstein means more minutes for Chet Holmgren at the 4. Jang will be out of the nightly mix again with just 2 seasons before becoming a restricted free agent in 2025. Ousmane Dieng could still blossom into a key piece, but it does not look likely. The Thunder are fine to keep his rookie deal on their books, but should move on if some franchise is willing to pay for him. The Oklahoma City Thunder just do not have the minutes to help him reach his ceiling, and that's the problem. All right? It's not blame on Oklahoma City. It's not blame on the Thunder at all. I'm not trying to say that. The blame I'm kind of looking towards right now is that he would get the consistent minutes, all right, that he could show in the rotation, because you'll see a game where he has 13 points and 6 boards and 4 assists and 22 minutes of play, and you're like, okay, that's a solid performance from him. That's what we need on a nightly basis. Let's give him that same amount of minutes the next night. And the next night, he goes 1 of 9 from the field with 3 points, a board, and no assists but 3 turnovers. It's just one of those things where okay, we need you to consistently do that. That's what we want from our guys. Consistency. All right? Night in and night out, we can expect you to do the same thing over and over again. That's what we want, and he hasn't proven that. All right? So it's not like I keep saying it's not on the Thunder, and it's also not on Jang. All right? There's a lot of pressure going on him right now as well in the Thunder organization, because it is kind of, floating around in the air, especially after Summer League. He could be traded in the middle of the season. We never know. With all the pieces that are out there right now that the Thunder could try to acquire, I wouldn't be surprised. I wouldn't be surprised if we do trade him for a piece that can come off our bench and really help us at the center position, because I do think Isaiah Hartenstein will start, moving Chet to the 4 and Dub to the 3, Dort at the 2, Shai at the 1, Caruso off the bench, all that good stuff. We'll talk about that in the stream upcoming this Thursday. It's just one of those things where I don't really see him getting valuable minutes anymore. Move J. Will to the 4, play more of a traditional power forward role for Jalen Williams. J. Will there off the bench, and go get a backup center option and go 10 men deep. You can also go 11 as people are getting really tired or injuries, all right? That way we limit our fatigue and injuries as much as possible, going 11 guys deep with a guy like Dylan Jones, because we do have the potential and deepness in this bench as well to do that. And Ousmane Dieng, like I said, I keep going back and forth to him because I want him to be successful. I do. I really want Ouz to be successful. But when you look at the stats here, okay, his first season with the Thunder, a little shaky. Almost 15 minutes a game. He was only shooting around close to 5 field goals a game, but making 2 of them, shooting 42% from the field, and then 26.5% from behind the three-point line. First off, that's not good enough. All right? We were the best three-point shooting league in the regular season last year. We need our guys to at least be able to hit 33% of our threes. Even the next season, he didn't do that. But in his first year, he did average 4.9 points a game, 2.7 rebounds, 1 assist. But defensively, it doesn't look great. It didn't look great defensively. And the next season, it didn't either. All right? And this, first season, he only played 39 games at the pro level. Next season, played 31. I just would have expected with his size and his athleticism to either average a block a game or steal a game, and he hasn't. That's been another big problem with him. Defense. He almost looks like a cone sometimes. He's afraid to contest, is what it looks like. He doesn't want to be physical in the paint against other big guys, but he's 6'10". That's what I've been getting about him this whole time. You have the size to be competitive and do everything on the court. You have the athletic potential and the gift, but he doesn't do it. Reminds me of the Kevin Durant quote from Thunderstruck. Hard work beats talent, and talent fails to work hard. It reminds me of that quote because he has the talent. It just looks like when he's in the game, He hasn't worked hard at his craft to actually be good in the league. That's what it reminds me of him when I'm looking at these stats and I watch him play. I want him to be good. I do. I don't want this rant and me seeing so upset and frustrated, because I am frustrated, because I wanted him to be that good. I truly did. But he hasn't proven it that he can be good with the Thunder. Maybe he can be good with another squad where he can actually develop and be that guy. But I think his time with the Thunder is up, because when we have given him the chances, he has one good game and then the next 5 are bad and he gets sent down to the G League. Oh no, we got an injury. We need to call him up. Okay, you get 12 minutes this game. Oh my God, you got 12 points in 12 minutes with 8 boards and 4 assists and no turnovers. And you got to block this game. Cool. Let's give you a little bit more minutes next game. Oh my gosh, you go for a game where you don't even make a shot. You don't get a board. You only get 2 assists, but you also have 2 turnovers. And you don't even get a block or steal that game. It's one of those things where he doesn't ever put it together. He has that one good game and then 5 bad games. And that doesn't help his case at all. Until he can develop and be a consistent guy on the court where he consistently has this one part of his game that stands out, he'll be a great guy. Until then, he doesn't have a spot with the Thunder, and I think it'd be best interest for us to move him, along with him being moved somewhere else, if he truly wants to develop and be a good NBA player. That's all I got for this video. Sorry I got a little frustrated and mad there at the end, because I do want him to be successful. He's one of those guys where I am high on him with his athletic ability. But he hasn't proven it yet. I want him to, but I think he has to move to another squad, and I think it'd be best interest in both parties, like the Josh Giddey situation, if we parted ways with him and traded him to a different team. Let me know what you guys think down in the comment section below. If we do trade him, who do you want to see us trade him for in return? And keep it realistic. Don't have these pipe dream scenarios like, oh, let's trade him for Zion Williamson. Keep it realistic here. All right? I'll see you guys in the next video.